right, welcome. We are back with the league. This time around, we're at season 4. We're going to be going through the qualifying shootout to determine our class divisions and our teams. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. I am Wonka. I will be your sole commentator today. What's going on, Stoles? Unfortunately, you won't be racing this season. Is that correct? I think we had a few unfortunate dropouts this season, but the cool thing is that this season, let's say a majority of the participants are people who participated in last season and the season before that. Right when we opened up the signups for season 4, we ended up filling the positions in, I think, about a couple days. So a total of 28 drivers across 2 divisions. So the format that we do at LRC is 28 drivers across 7 teams. So that means 14 drivers in each division, 2 per team. And the way this works with the qualifying shootout is that we will stack rank all of the drivers in our qualifying shootout based off their times across 3 15-minute sessions and 3 different tracks. So we'll be starting today here at Daytona. Daytona being the probably longest track, I think, of the 3. The other 2, I believe, is Willow Springs, and I believe the last one is, let me check my notes here, Interlagos. So it'll be Streets of Willow Springs, Interlagos, and then we will be complete with our 3 tracks. So as we get started here, our drivers are currently practicing to get their cars warmed up for the 15-minute session. All right, man, sounds good, Stoles. Take care. Hope everything is going to go well. Good luck with the move. So a few changes that we're going to make this season, along with the in terms of the rules. The tire wear will be 7X. I think that is a step up from 6X from last season. So we'll be doing 7X tire wear, 3X fuel wear, and then the refuel rate will be 3 liters per second. So we found that 3 liters per second tends to be around the best in terms of creating a environment where the strategies don't completely rely on fuel saving. So that means drivers will do more to compete on track as opposed to try to do their passing in the refueling stage during the pit stops. So we're getting underway here. Our first 15-minute session at Daytona. Hopping on board with Azazel. Participated in season 2 and 1 of the league. Good to see him back for season 4. And this season we will be finally done with the NASCAR, the Camaro ZL1. We had an unfortunate physics update during the middle of the season last season, and that really messed up a lot of stuff for our drivers mid-season. But with the physics update and the improvements to the physics, the Viper actually turned out to be a really, really great car for racing. We did a couple of practice races with this, and it turned out to be an extremely great car for side-to-side racing. So we'll see a lot of that hopefully this season. Hopefully we won't see much of that today in the qualifying session. So hopefully the drivers today won't be getting too much into each other's way. People going through the bus stop as we speak. About to start his flying lap. Azazel leading the pack. We'll stick on board with Azazel with his first hot lap and see how he does. Everyone is running their sports soft cars. Looks like we have about 3/4 of the fuel tank to start. Some pretty aggressive braking in turn 1, very clean. Nice and tidy through turn 1. Staying clear of that rubber tire barrier on the apex of turn 1. Heading out through full throttle through turn 4 into turn 5, the second horseshoe of the infield. Nice and tidy there by Azazel. Making the most of his exit. Getting 2 wheels on that curb there on the exit. Hard braking into turn 6 onto the back straight section of the course. Azazel sets our first time of the qualifying session of 1:55, but that is quickly beaten by Anthony Colazzo with a 1:55.06. Now we have Dutra setting the fastest lap with a 1:55.324. Looks like we got someone over there in the barriers. I think that one might have been Cecil. No, it wasn't Cecil. Cecil's right here. Potentially that was Silva. Silva might have been into the tire barriers after turn 1. And get a quite good glimpse of that, of what happened or who that was, but it looks like he's the only person in the pits at the moment. D-Jax joining us for Season 4. Great to see D-Jax with us. Currently sitting in 9th place with a 1:57.558 for his first hot lap. Jay Silva with a 1:55.020. Setting our fastest time and grabbing that provisional pole position. There technically is no pole position since there's no race, but there will certainly be pride involved and bragging rights for who gets first place in these qualifying sessions for sure. We got Ads joining us, our sole UK driver, representing the UK livery on his Dodge Viper. Doesn't improve, sets a 1:56.602. Goes a little deep into turn 1. Dukas making an improvement, setting a personal best of a 1:55. .867, jumping him into 5th place. Good to see Lamb King out on track. I missed you, buddy. I guess you were here for last season, so we didn't really miss you. You were here the whole time. Lamb King was exceptionally strong at our Daytona oval courses last season, winning one of the races. And I think he got 2nd place in the other, or 3rd, or I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. But I always remember Lamb King doing exceptionally well in the oval courses. So good to see Lamb King back on track, this time in the Viper. Bishop as well, as he recovers from going off track. Rejoins at turn 3, the International Horseshoe. Makes his way past turn 4. Racer X making their way through the bus stop. Man, it's been such a long time since I commentated. I feel like I'm super rusty. Gotta shake the cobwebs off. All right, so Racer X about to cross the start-finish line. Does not improve on their best time, off by about 0.3 of a second. It is in each driver's best interest to stay out on track as long as possible and burn as much as fuel as possible, and jump into the pits for a tire change whenever they are ready. Sometimes it's a little better to just simply hop into the pits directly from the menu. You end up crashing your car, picking up damage. Usually hopping back to the pits via the menu is a much faster retreat, and it saves you a little bit of time so that you can get additional laps out. Dinosaur joining us. Oh, it gets almost gets a little wide there at the exit. Although I don't think that white line is the track limit. I think it's fine if you exceed those. Dinosaur currently sitting in 8th place, only 13 thousandths of a second in front of D-Jax in the Rexy livery. So since the last time we looked at the top 5, I believe Peepool has jumped into 5th place, bumping Zukos down to 6th. Anthony Colazzo continues to fight for the top 3 positions. Anthony Colazzo only at 3 thousandths of a second behind Dutra. Dutra being our Uruguayan robot. I believe this will be the first season that Dutra will be participating in. So this will be Dutra's debut season here at LRC. Dutra, definitely well known in the community. Certainly not a stranger to sim racing. Probably one of our fastest hot lappers in the group. Yeah, that's right. Dutra did have to race last. He did race last season. I should make it a point to rewatch our entire last season before commentating again. I don't know how commentators do it, if they have like some type of quick lookup system or like notes that they have. They can just like quickly look up stats and stuff of previous racers, previous drivers. That'd be kind of cool, actually. I should probably do something like that. And Dutra having a little, I won't say a little trouble. Looks like he's warming up his tires in preparation for a hot lap. Some very aggressive tire warming. Certainly effective though. As of now, it seems no one has improved on their time. The preseason tests that we've done with this car, I found it to be extremely fun to drive. It certainly benefits a lot from the weight transfer during braking, helping you to rotate the car under braking, but it's got a very, very fine limit. So if you're doing some aggressive trail braking to rotate the car as much as possible on corner entry, I found that it helps to a certain extent, and then if you exceed a certain limit, it's easy for that back end of the car to slide out pretty easily. Anthony Colazzo setting a PB and jumping up into second place from third place. Currently on board with Bishop as he starts to draft behind Cecil. Looks like Lamb King set a personal best as well. Currently sitting in 13th place. Bishop here on track for a personal best as well. Certainly benefiting from the draft that Cecil is providing. We'll see if he jumps a position or if Cecil will also jump up as well. Final lap, so Bishop does jump into 9th place. Cecil is in 11th. So Dutra sets a new record, jumps up into 1st place. Let's see who we got coming across the finish line next. We got P-Pool. Currently about 2/10 below their personal best. See who is behind. People doesn't improve. We got Azazel coming through. Does improve a bit, but doesn't change the position. Ads is coming through with a 155.7. Jumps up into 6th place. Oh, look at that. Zukos and Lamb King set a personal best. Zukos in 5th place. And then I think Lamb King is currently sitting in 10th place. So we got D-Jacks coming through. Not improving their personal best. And then I think that is it for our first qualifying session of the evening. And this is our first group, so we will go through track number 2, which will be Streets of Willow Springs, then track 3, which will be Interlagos. We'll take a quick break after that, and then we'll go through the 3 tracks again with our next set of drivers. So let's take a quick look again at the results. Dutra is in first place. Silva in second. Anthony Colazzo in third. And Azazel in fourth. So our top 4 separated within 0.3 seconds of 0.3 seconds within each other. We got Peeple in 5th place. Zukos in 6th. Ads in 7th. Dinosaur in 8th. Bishop in 9th. Djax in 10th. Lamb King 11th. Cecil Turtle in 12th. C. Orwick in 13th. And Racer X in 14th. So we'll wait for Dinosaur to switch it up to Streets of Willow Springs. I don't think anyone is a fan of this track, but he chose it nonetheless. Sometimes we got to race on tracks that we don't like to help us improve. Goran Willis top tier. I don't know how many people would agree with you, Goran. I do like Big Willow. Big Willow is a good track. Streets of Willow Springs is, I would say, it's okay. It's not my personal favorite. I don't particularly think it's an amazing track for racing either, but Dutra flashing his lights, trying to get his way around. Oh no! Oh no, Dutra. Very aggressive there with the other cars on track. Need to be pretty careful when going side by side with others on the track there. So drivers will get a few minutes to acclimate, set their tunes up. I think Dinosaur will give them 5 to 10 minutes to prepare for this next session, and then we'll get underway. Currently riding on board with ads at the moment through the last turn of the streets of Willow Springs, through the parking lot, down the front straight. Now there's quite a few cars on track, and I think it'll be somewhat strategic to make sure that when you're lapping for this next qualifying session, to make sure that you have space and room amongst the other cars on track. You can see a lot of our drivers here making their way into the sand around turns 11, 12, and 13. Streets of Willow Springs being a very unforgiving track due to there being essentially no curbs and the sand at the end of the track being extremely slow, causing you to either spin out very quickly if you get a tire on the sand, or causing you to lose a ton of time. It's especially tricky on that banked turn 8. You get a tire above the edge of the track, your car gets unbalanced, and eventually your car just gets pushed out into the sand, and there's no way back from there. So much tire squealing across the parking lot there. Anthony Colazzo sets a good time there, a 1:13. Oh, no, sorry, that's a 2:22. But his PB was a 1:13. The Dutra's currently sitting at the top right now with a 1:11.6. We'll see if others can get close to that time during the next qualifying session. We'll see if that's the time to beat. Dutra often sets really fast times in practice, so that's something we can expect to be representative of what the fastest time might be in the qualifying session. So Ducoste is about a second slower in the 1:12s, and then Azazel also in the 1:12s. only 11 thousandths of a second behind Zukas. So quite a big gap between first and second. But again, this is just practice, so this could also be not representative of many other drivers' actual lap times. A lot of them could be just goofing off. Lamb King doing donuts, getting ready for qualifying session number 2. All right, so qualifying session number 2 is underway. We now have 15 minutes for each driver to put in their fastest time. Anthony Collazo leads the pack out of the pits. Everyone is bunched up quite nicely, or should I say not quite nicely, as being bunched up during the qualifying sessions is not something you typically want to do. We'll see if the drivers spread out before they get to the actual hot lap. Warming up the tires before the actual hot lap usually isn't too much of a concern. With the racing soft tires, they start wearing right away, so they're definitely up to temperature. Anthony Collazo definitely putting on the heat already on the out lap. Aggressive corner cut there at turn 13. See some cones getting knocked off there in the background at the end of turn 14. So Collazo makes his way through turn 1. Goes a bit wide in turn 2. Makes a slight mistake there. I believe it was Orwick and Silva there going side by side through turn 2. Getting a little of a battle going on. Oh no, People makes a mistake, flies off turn 8, and I think Cecil joins him. As I mentioned earlier, it's such an unforgiving track. The minute you find yourself going off of the track, there's no recovery. At least it's not salvageable at all in any sort of form. You have to completely abandon the lap. Collazo with a 112.1, pretty good. We saw Silva hit the 111s earlier. Excuse me, so Collazo with the 112.8, Silva with the 112.6, and Azazel with the 112.1. We saw Dutra do a 111.6 in practice, so we'll see if any of our drivers get to that time during this session. Dukas sets a personal best of 113.6 to jump into 4th place. Dutra sets a new record, a 1:11.1, insanely fast. So Dutra beating his PB from the practice session. 1:11 will be tough to beat, that is for sure. I think we got ads in the sand trap in the background. Looking to make a safe rejoin. B-ship does not improve. Is down 0.3. Cecil makes a new personal best of the 1:15.1. Cecil Turtle is sitting in 10th place. Nice. Racer X sets a new personal best of 1:15.8. Jumping up into 12th place. Orwick currently sitting 11th. Cecil Turtle in 9th place. Peephole in 10th. Zucross jumps into 3rd place, the 1:11.9. So we got 3 people now in the 1:11s. Orwick sets a personal best of 1:14. Currently sitting in 8th place at the moment. A lot of people jumping into the pits right away after they've found themselves off of their hot lap. Seems like people are finding it easier, probably more beneficial to go through and simply just reset their car. And look at that, Dutra sets a 1:10.7, her first car to jump into the 1:10s. Dutra has an uncanny ability to find crazy amounts of times in his lap. That was almost 3/10 faster than the 1:11.1. I think that might have been, I don't know who that was. Someone just flew off the track there. I think that might have been Orwick. Yeah, that was Orwick's car. Ad sets a new record of 1:14.3, I believe that was. Yep. currently sitting now in 8th place. Silva locking up in turn 2, heading straight back to the pits. So we got 6 minutes left. That'll probably translate to a couple more laps, a couple more hot laps. Oh, Ads, and I think that's maybe Lamb King getting a little bit of an accident there. Ads going across the track and resets onto turn 7. Lamb King in the sand out there in the infield. Got a lot of cars in the sand today. D-Jax sets a personal best. Jumps into 5th place. First time that D-Jax has had in the 112s today. I actually should say this session. Silva currently on a hot lap. Oh no, it looks like we have a little bit of an incident there on the exit of the pit lane. That pit lane being certainly pretty dangerous, as it's very difficult to see any of the cars coming out from pit lane. Silva running into a little bit of traffic. We'll have to deal with Ads, and we'll certainly slow him down. And that's the nature, though, of our hot lapping rules in LRC. No one is entitled to the track. Everyone who's doing a hot lap is entitled to the track the same amount. So if you're faster, you have to find a way around the car in front of you. If the cars are not on a hot lap, it's etiquette to get out of the way, but they don't necessarily have to either. Very different from what you might see in something like Formula One, where there's a lot of blue flags or white flags that get flown around, and cars that are slower have to get out of the way. That's not the case here. Looks like Zukost has retired the car. Seems like they'll just be sitting out for the rest of the session. Maybe they feel like they've achieved the best time they were able to achieve today at Streets of Willow Springs. Anthony Colazzo currently on an out lap at the moment. And Orwick sets a new time of 1:14.1. That will put Orwick in ninth place. All right, so we got just about 2 minutes on the clock. Our top three have not changed in the last couple of minutes. Dutra still sitting in first place, Silva in second, Ducost in third. Ejax does set a new personal best at 1:12.4. Djax is now sitting in 5th place, about just under a 10th in front of Anthony Colazzo. People on a hot lap right now, just about a 10th slower from their personal best. We'll see if People is able to convert this into a personal best. Very aggressive turn through turn 10. Keeps it, I was going to say tidy at turn 11, but loses the back end quite a bit. That will certainly slow down People's time. It won't be an improvement. Certainly lost a lot of time there on turns 12, 13, and 14. So Djax, though, jumps into 3rd place with a 1:11.9. Jumps into the top 3. So, great lap by Djax. Zukas thought he had it set in 3rd place. But nope. Djax says, that will be mine, thank you very much. And we'll see if Zukas will have a chance to take that back. Zukas right now going around turn 13 and 14. Getting a little wide there, and no, unfortunately not. A 1:12.8. Azazel crossing the line with a 1:12 does not improve. Anthony Colazzo with a does not improve either. So we have now our top 5, I believe, pretty much set. People coming across the line, along with Orwick, I believe, behind. No, that's Lamb King. Lamb King does improve with a 1:14.4. That puts Lamb King in 11th place. And let's see here, who do we got left? So we got Bishop right now, currently sitting in 14th place. Oh, it makes a, I think that might have been an error at turn 13, turn 14. Yep, picks up a 1.5 second penalty. We have Cecil crossing the line, Dinosaur crossing the line, excuse me, and then now Cecil Turtle. And does improve, jumps up into 7th place. So Cecil Turtle makes a last minute improvement. So let's take a look at the final results for our second qualifying session. So we got Dutra with the 1:10, almost a full second in front of 2nd place. It's pretty typical of what we see at Dutra in the league, so not surprised there. Silva in 2nd place, Djax in 3rd place, Zukas in 4th. You have Azazel in 6th place, Anthony Colazzo in 6th. Azazel in 5th, excuse me. Anthony Colazzo in 6th. Cecil Turtle in 7th. People in 8th. Dinosaur in 9th place. C. Orwick in 10th. Then we have outside the top 10 ads in 11th place. Lamb King 12th. 13th is Racer X, and 14th Bishop. I know Bishop is not a fan of Streets of Willow Springs. All right, so we'll be hopping over to Interlagos. We had a really interesting Formula One race there last weekend. Lots of rain. Fortunately, there is no rain in Interlagos in GT7. I would actually say, unfortunately, there is no rain in Interlagos in GT7. I love racing in the rain. But we will get a dry track for this session. Dutra, a clear fan of Streets of Willow Springs. It's a very polarizing track, I would say. I would say all of the Willow Springs tracks are pretty polarizing, like Big Willow. Streets of Willow, and Horse Thief Mile, all very, very polarizing when it comes to whether people will not like them. So we'll get about 10 minutes for practice. Then we'll dive into the last qualifying session for our Group 1. Good luck, Dutra. So we're currently riding on board with C. Orwick. Goes very deep into the Senna S. He's able to keep the car on track. No incidents there, luckily. No damage picked up, but I'm sure the tires are definitely overheated. Makes his way through turn 3, the Curva do Sol. All the way down to the Descida do Lago, excuse me. Picks up a 2-second penalty for exceeding track limits at the Descida. Orwick starting to abort the lap there. We got a group of cars here, Racer X, P-Pool, and I believe that's, that might be, who's there with him? Is it Zazel with them? Yeah, I think it might be a Zazel with them. Up to the Ferradura, across the Laranjinha, turn 6 and 7. The first hairpin, the turn 8, turn 9, the Pinheirinho. Diesel deciding to back out of that one. Racer X now through turn 10, the Bico Chipatu. And the famous turn 12. Onto our final straight. How's it going, Crunchy? Welcome to our stream. Currently riding on board or watching B-Ship go through turn 4 and 5. Probably potentially exceeding track limits there. We'll see if B-Ship will pick up the time penalty. No, I believe B-Ship was within the track limits there. A tire barely sticking to the curb on the outside of the turn. We got the 2-minute warning from Dinosaur that will start our qualifying session, our final one for Group 1, to determine who will be on whose team during the league for Season 4. So Season 4 will run for 8 weeks. It'll take us up till Christmas time. If you're new with us, new to LRC, oh, I forgot to post the invite link in chat. Let me go do that right now. If you're new to LRC, we're primarily a GT7 Discord community. All of our events are centered around improving and getting faster in a collaborative way. So even though we like to hold competitive events, everything at LRC is designed to be collaborative with each other. We got a great community. Everyone here is supportive. It's not hyper competitive. It's not cutthroat. Well, I would actually not say that. Actually, I think it is pretty cutthroat when it comes to the competition of the league, but it's all done in a way that's pretty fun and supportive. So our league is a roster of 28 drivers across 2 divisions and 7 teams. So there's four drivers per team, and then for each team they'll have 2 drivers in each division. And so the purpose of this qualifying shootout is that we will stack rank all of our drivers, our 28 drivers, and we will pair them up with each other based off of their times. So the cool thing about this league is that it's designed that every result counts. So if you're in last position fighting for 14th or 15th place, those points still count towards your total Constructors Championship across both divisions. So regardless of the skill level that you're at, you're fighting for every single position counts. And also if you're part of a team, you get like a private thread in our Discord that we'll have for the individual teams, and typically the team leader, who's the fastest of the team, will help with strategy, tunes, racing lines, and whatnot. Again, emphasizing that collaborative aspect of LRC. All right, so Dinosaur has started the final qualifying session for Group 1. We'll get underway here very soon. Drivers will have a 15-minute window to put in their fastest time. And then we will be all set with our Group 1. And then we'll take a quick break from our stream and we'll start the Group 2 qualifying session that will do the same 3 tracks. So we got a wide range of skill levels in the league as well. We got some drivers here that are able to put their car in the top 100 to 200 times on online time trials. And then we got people that are just, playing the game, that are just starting out with their sim racing journey. So everyone is welcome at LRC. Everyone has a chance to fight for points. Everyone has a good opportunity to learn from others in a way that's supportive. So if you're interested in joining us, definitely check out the Discord link that I pinned in Twitch chat. We're a community now, I think about 300 members. We're going pretty strong. We'll have about 3 seasons of the league a year. They each run about 2 months long, and then we'll have a period in between the league where we run practice sessions, one-off events, endurance races, and a bunch of other fun types of events. Just for fun. All right, so Anthony Collazo is leading us on the first hot lap. Takes a tidy line through the Ferradura and the Laranjinha up into the Bico de Pato, the beak of the chicken. Or sorry, excuse me, Pato I think is duck, beak of the duck. So Anthony Collazo sets his first time with a 139.9. Dinosaur crosses the line with a 141. Djax jumps into second place with a 141. Adds with a 140.2. So Dinosaur currently sitting in fourth place. Racer X in fifth. Lamb King in 6th place. So Lamb King putting down a solid time, a 143.39. So Silva, the only Portuguese speaker racing with us, starting his first hot lap. Certainly, arguably the less beautiful version of Portuguese. I think Dutra set a personal best. Oh no, looks like that's not even a personal best. That's just a 156. He's way off. But he does set a purple sector for sector 1. Getting very squirrely there on the exit of turn 5 into the Ferradura. Some heavy trail braking. Nice tidy line. Keeping the car within track limits through turn 8 and 9. As we watch Dutra make his way around the infield, Racer X and Lamb King and Bishop make all personal best times. So we got Silva currently crossing the line very soon, straddling that white line on the inside between the pits and the straight. Sets the fastest time, a 138.9. We'll see if Dutra can beat that. And he does, so 138.5. A good 0.3 seconds clear of Jay Silva's time, who is currently sitting at first place. So Dutra now in first place, Silva in second, Anthony Collazo still sitting in third place, who has improved upon their time from their lap 2, but has not improved their position So Anthony Colazzo jumping into the pits, change those tires out. D-Jax. We'll see where D-Jax, see if D-Jax can improve. No, D-Jax will jump into the pit lane. Warwick makes a personal best of 142.8. Ads jumps into 4th place with a 139.64. And Azazel jumps into 3rd place now with a 139.047. So Azazel jumps into 3rd, bumping down Ads from 4th to 5th, and Anthony Colazzo into 4th place. It's certainly looking extremely dark out there on track. Fortunately, again, there is no rain on GT7, in GT7 on Interlagos. Cecil sets a best time, a personal best, putting Cecil Turtle in 9th place. Very consistent at 141.166, and about a half a second improvement from their 141.7 the lap prior. Let's check in on Dinosaur, who picks up a 1.5 second penalty, likely from the exit of turn 4 and 5, the Descida do Lago. That's always a tricky corner because it's way more downhill than what it seems like going in. So your car tends to understeer quite a bit to the exit of that corner, and it's easy to go off track, easy to exceed track limits on the exit there. Flame King sets a new personal best of 141.45, jumping up into 10th place, knocking a Dinosaur down a place. All right, so people needing to put a time on the board. Hey Kaido, how's it going? Been a while. People sets a 140.38, putting people in 8th place. Solid lap. Oh, nice. Well, it's good that at least you've been casting a race or like races. So I haven't been casting anything in the past like 2 months because I've been pretty busy. So I'm like super rusty. So ads going through the Bico de Pato, the beak of the duck in Portuguese. Man, I love this track. This is one of my favorite tracks. I honestly think Interlagos has like some of the best racing on the planet, on any category really. Whenever the Brazilian Stock Car Pro Series races here, like the racing is just so good all the time. It's amazing. I would absolutely love it if they did something like if they like Super GT somehow did something in Brazil and Interlagos. Like that would be so cool to have a major Japanese like multi-class endurance event here, or even Super Formula. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that, Goran. All right, so we got Zukost. We'll get on board with Zukost, see how he's doing. Currently sitting in 7th place. Currently on an outlap at the moment, so not pushing the car. Let's see if we can hop on someone who's currently doing a hot lap at the moment. So B-Ship just started his hot lap of Let's see here. No, not his first. So currently on the 7th lap, sets a personal best sector. As I say that, Dutra set a better time of 1:38.5, but does not take Silva's position. Little mistake there by Bishop on the exit of turn 12. Went a little deep, having to hit the accelerator later than he wanted to, but hopefully that doesn't affect his personal best. Currently on track. Oh, and he does. He loses 0.6 of a second on that exit, so that being probably one of the more important exits of the track, considering how long that straight is. You want to make sure you get a good exit when exiting turn 12. So Cecil sets a personal best, 140.86, jumps into 10th place. So look at that. So Silva, our Portuguese-speaking driver, doing the best so far at Brazil, 138.3. Anthony Collazo currently on a hot lap. Let's see if Anthony Collazo will improve. And it looks like that won't be an improvement. D-Jack's currently sitting in 5th place, about to cross the line. Does not improve either. So we got about 1 minute left in this session. I believe very tight. Almost Zukas almost lost it there on the exit of turn 4. I think that was maybe Lamb King that was in front of him. But Zukas right now on a personal best, on track to make a personal best. We'll see if Zukas can keep it up for the rest of the lap. Goes just wide at the exit of turn 12. That will certainly hinder the exit speed there. But will it be better than the personal best that Zukas has set up before? We shall see. And it isn't. It's 0.7 seconds slower. Let's see here. Who's crossing the line right now? I wish there was a better way to find out. So we got Anthony Collazo crossing the line. I think it's ads just before him. Does not improve, and I think Zazel was just behind him, who didn't improve either. Let's see who else we got. We got Dinosaur crossing the line with a 142. No improvement there. Lamb King, maybe he had spun out at the exit of turn 12. Racer X making his way across the start-finish line. Also unlikely to improve. Oh no, it's a 1 point something seconds slower than the personal best. And I think that might be it. I think everyone has finished all of their hot laps. People has set a personal best, but that keeps him, I think, in 8th or maybe bumps him up to 8th place. So quite the intense qualifying session here. Silva takes number 1, unseating our number 1 incumbent for the first 2 qualifying sessions. All right, so let's take a quick look at the results before Dinosaur closes the lobby. Jay Silva takes first place, Dutra in second, Azazel in third. So very close between Dutra and Silva, only 1/10, about 2/10 of a second. Anthony Colazzo in fourth place, Djax in fifth, Az in sixth, Zukost in seventh, P Pool in eighth. We got Bishop in ninth, Cecil Turtle to round out the top 10. Dinosaur in 11th, Lamb King 12th, C Orwick in 13th, and Racer X in 14th. So we will see once the second group has qualified to get our final results for our teams for season 4. With that said, we will be back in about 30 minutes, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yep, we will be back in 30 minutes to do group 2. So we'll do the same qualifying sessions. We'll do Daytona, we'll do Streets of Willow, and then Interlagos, but we'll do that with our next 14 drivers of the league. So if you're sticking with us, definitely subscribe and follow our channel. Our next session will be in about 30 minutes. So stay tuned, stick around, and we will be right back.